Work-life balance in retail. It's a myth, a legend, a fairy tale whispered in quiet corners by new starters before reality has crushed the spirit. Because retail, it doesn't take over your life in one dramatic moment. It just slowly chips away at you until one morning you wake up and think, I have no hobbies and my personality is 80% customer service. It's subtle, it's patient, it creeps into your life like damp. Just one shift at a time, one rota change at a time, and one can you just at a time. And before you know it, your entire existence revolves around a job that pays you just enough to survive. So today, we're going to talk about how retail slowly takes over your life and how to stop it before you become the person who checks the rota more than they check their own bank account. The takeover, it begins with language. You're at home and you start talking to your partner and you say something like, I'll action that later, or let me just check the system, or sorry, I can't process that right now. And they look at you and they say, what have they done to you? It's retail. It rewires your brain. You start using phrases like touch base and going forward and let's circle back. Even though you know deep down, you're not in the manager's office. You're in the stockroom with a broken trolley and a box cutter that's older than the store. When retail starts changing your vocabulary, that's the first sign. Life is slipping. The next stage is the rota. You check it constantly. You refresh it like it's social media. You memorize it, analyze it, see who you're working with, who you're not working with. You study it like it's some sacred text. You plan your entire life around the rota. Birthdays, nights out, dentist appointments, all depend on whether you're late, early, or on a dreaded mid-shift. And the worst part, even on your day off, you're still checking it. Not because you need to, not because anything has changed, but because retail has conditioned you, basically, to expect chaos. If you've ever woken up at 7 a.m. on your day off because your brain thinks you're late, congratulations, retail's finally taking you. Retail guilt is a real psychological condition. Someone asks you to swap a shift. You don't really want to. You've made plans. You have a life. You have boundaries. But you still feel guilty saying no. And why is that? Because retail teams are built on emotional manipulation, disguised as teamwork. You say no, and suddenly you're the villain. You're the reason they can't go to their cousin's dog's birthday party. You're the reason the store will collapse. You're the reason the universe is falling apart. So you say yes, again and again and again. And you think of the money, but you still think, I only just about survive. Until eventually you realise you haven't had a proper day off in 3 weeks. Retail doesn't need you to force you to work more. It just needs you to make you feel bad for not doing it. Another sign retail is taking over your life. Your phone becomes a hotline for chaos. You get messages like, can you come in? Can you stay later? Can you start early? Can you cover? Can you come and save us? And you're sitting there thinking, I'm literally in bed. Why am I being summoned like a retail Batman? Retail, it has no respect for personal time. Your day off isn't a day off, it's a maybe. You could be in the bath, at the gym, at a funeral. It really doesn't matter. Someone will still message you asking you if you could do a 4-hour shift. And the worst part, you feel obligated to reply. Retail has trained you to be available 24/7, even if you're not being paid. It doesn't just take your time, it also takes your body. You start noticing things like your feet hurt even when you're sitting, your back cracks like bubble wrap, your knees sound like a haunted house, you're tired even after sleeping, and you wake up with phantom till beeping in your head. Retail, sadly, it ages you. You start the job at say 20, you leave at 25, but you're looking 40. And the worst part, you think that's just normal. You think everybody lives like this. You think everybody's legs go numb after standing for 8 hours. You think everyone's shoulders feel like they're carrying the emotional weight of the entire store. Retail, it convinces you that exhaustion is just part of life. And sadly, this is where things get dark. Your friends invite you out and you say, I can't, I'm working. They invite you again. Can't, I'm working. Eventually, they stop inviting you. Not because they don't like you, it's just that retail has made you unavailable. Your social life basically becomes talking to co-workers, complaining about customers, complaining about the manager, complaining about shifts, about complaining. Retail becomes your only topic of conversation, your only hobby, your only personality trait. And the hard bit is, you don't even notice it's happened. But there is good news. You can take your life back, but it requires boundaries, real ones. Your day off should be your day off. Turn off notifications, mute the group chat, let the store burn. It will survive. You need to stop feeling guilty. You're not responsible for the entire rota. You're not the store's emotional support human. You are, believe it or not, allowed to say no. You need to leave work at work. Don't check rotas at home. Don't check work messages after hours. Don't mentally rehearse customer arguments in the shower. You need to work on rebuilding your life. Do something, anything that isn't retail, a hobby, walk, a nap, a personality. Retail takes what you give it, so stop giving it everything. The moment you set boundaries, something magical happens. You start feeling human again. You start remembering what free time actually feels like. You start enjoying things that aren't, discounted snacks from the staff room. You realise retail, it doesn't own you. It never did. It just convinced you that it did. And once you take your life back, you need to never let it go again. Retail will always take what it can over your life. It's built that way. It thrives on your time, your energy, your guilt, your availability. But you're allowed to have a life outside the store. You're allowed to rest. You are allowed to say no. You're allowed to exist as a human being, not a shift-filling machine. Retail takes, but you can take back.